buy rice and beans, cook a steak. What's up, social world? ¿Qué tal, mundo social? Mr. Mom here with another video regarding just kind of a cooking tip, I guess you could say, or time savings. Nowadays, time is money, so time savings could work. Most Mexican restaurants, fusion, whatever, crossovers, will sell sides of rice and sides of beans, and usually it's a pretty cheap price. Maybe not as equal as to doing it yourself, but if you don't have the time to make the beans, from scratch, and you don't want to eat the canned stuff, then buying it already made from a restaurant as a side, a la carte, is a great option. Same with the rice. And then what you do is at home, you just, fry up a steak, or heat up in your air fryer, cook some chicken wings, some chicken legs, something that your protein basically could be, cooked, and you don't have to worry about the rice and beans. Rice can be pretty simple as far as just putting it in a rice cooker, but that means you have to come home and get it all together and start cooking it. Beans takes a lot longer, in my opinion. I could be wrong. It takes a lot longer to cook. So you get home, the rice could be done by the time you're finished frying your steak, for example, just an example. But the beans definitely would take longer. And again, if you don't want the canned stuff, then buying it as a side from a restaurant is a great option. Funny story. When I was little, about 4 years old, growing up in Oakland, I'll have to post one of my pictures of when I was that age. I'm the only white kid in the group, basically, and so the whole neighborhood was, Latino, Chicano, except for one little white boy across the street also. But my mom would send me down the block. There was a Mexican restaurant, and she'd send me to buy rice and beans, and she would cook steaks. So I'd go and go get the rice and beans from the restaurant, and she said whenever I went, they would pack the sides, the containers, they would pack them a lot, with the rice and the beans. They would just literally just overpack them. But yet, if she ever went, it was just filled normally, kind of a thing. So she said they must have felt sorry for a little white boy going to buy rice and beans, because keep in mind, this is about 40 years ago. Not as popular as nowadays. It wasn't back then. I was like, what do you have in mind? What do you feel like eating Mexican? No, it wasn't like that. So 40 years ago, mostly people went to Mexican restaurants. Was probably Mexican, but in this neighborhood, in the neighborhood where there was a high percentage of Hispanics and blacks, a little white boy walks into and I'm talking little because I'm like 4 years old. Little white boy walks in asking to buy rice and beans. They must have just felt pity for me, I guess, which is hilarious to me. And but yeah, I think it's still a great thing to do. And again, most restaurants, they don't price that very high, because of course the money is always in the proteins that they serve on the plate. So that's a time saver. Again, I'm just using steak as an example, but You could put stuff in your air fryer and cook some fish in the toaster oven, which I've done. You just grab some fish fillet, the fillet of, not the frozen stuff. I mean, from the seafood market, the fish cut up in fillets, and you and the little tray, you butter it, put the fish, and then season the fish with Italian herbs or whatever you like. Put it on the tray. Most of the time, you don't even have to cover it. Put some butter on top, seasoning on top, and just stick it in the toaster oven. 10-15 minutes, whatever it can, how you like it cooked. That's fairly easy too. So yeah, just rice and beans. Very simple. And you don't have to get the canned stuff. It probably costs a little more than the container might cost a little more than the canned stuff, but man, that's probably, in my opinion, it's well worth it. Let me know any tricks or tips like this and down in the comments, because I'd like to learn a few more. Don't forget to give the big like button and share with your friends. See what they think. Maybe they think it's hilarious, maybe they think it's dumb, I don't know. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you next time.